What's up, Peach Giant fans? Um, I've been going for a while. I'm back, uh, feeling a little bit better. So I'll pardon the break. Um, I want to talk about the Giants. Uh, I want to talk about the hate that's been going on with the Giants and the blatant double standard that's been going on concerning the New York Giants. Um, Dominique Foxworth has been hating on the Giants. Um, from I forgot the name of the show, but Nick Wright, Chris Broussard been hating on the Giants. Um, and let's get into some facts. Um, Daniel Jones, besides rushing, I think he had about 300 yards more rushing. Um, but every other statistical category, Daniel Jones was better than Justin Fields. But if you listen to anybody talk, they're basically saying, oh, Justin Fields is going to have a hell of a season. He's going to be possibly an MVP candidate. But nobody's talking about Daniel Jones. You know? Um, Daniel Jones threw for 15 touchdowns. I believe 6 interceptions. Um, I believe he ran for another 5 or 6 touchdowns or so. Um, Now, if you look at Jalen Hurts, who was an MVP candidate, threw for over 3,000 yards. He did, but he also had AJ Brown and Devontae Smith to throw the ball to, and Dallas Goedert and Miles Sanders coming out of the backfield, along with Boston Scott and the others. But we're not going to get into that. But Daniel Jones contributed to about 22 touchdowns, roughly. Why is Daniel Jones such a bum, as people say? Is it because he's making $40 million a year? You know, I think I think these pundits are more concerned with the money that Daniel Jones is making and not the player himself. Daniel Jones has shown considerable growth. He's in the second season of Brian Daboll and Mike Kafka's offense. He has a motivated Saquon Barkley, in my opinion, who wants to get paid and who is going to ball out this season. He has Darren Waller. He still has Daniel Bellinger. He still has Isaiah Hodgins. Now he has Paris Campbell. He has Sterling Shepard coming back. He has Wan'Dale Robinson coming back. He now has guys he could throw the ball to. Like, how is Daniel Jones not even mentioned? You have people that are literally talking about Daniel Jones not being a top 15 quarterback. Are you serious? Are you serious? Now, when you look at it, you're talking about Justin Herbert, who I believe signed a contract for like $250 million. Justin Herbert is a hell of a quarterback, but Justin Herbert hasn't won any playoff games. Justin Herbert hasn't taken his team to the playoffs. Justin Herbert hasn't had the showing that Daniel Jones had against the Minnesota Vikings. He puts up great numbers during the regular season, but that's about it. But he's making $250 million. But nobody says anything about that. You know, and let's get into what Dominique Foxworth said the other day about the New York Giants. that the Giants can compete, but they have to outcoach basically every team that they're going up against. How is that so? We basically played the Dallas Cowboys to a stalemate. We played the Philadelphia Eagles to a stalemate, and in the last game of the season, we got blown out or whatever. But are the Dallas Cowboys considerably that much better than us? The Dallas Cowboys don't have Zeke anymore. They don't have Dalton Schultz anymore. Tony Pollard is coming off of a broken leg. So, I mean, and everybody seems to be talking about Dallas. Dak has had weapons, bro. Who did Daniel Jones have to throw the ball to? Besides Isaiah Hodgins, Daniel Bellinger, and Saquon out the backfield on wheel routes. Really? I mean, these people are getting paid millions of dollars, and they're getting paid to literally hate on the Giants, man. And it's going to be funny when the Giants knock off team after team, and people are going to be sitting there like, "Oh, well, the Giants are a good team." Nah, we don't want to hear that then. We don't want to hear that then. We don't want to hear the Nick Wrights then talking about how Trevor Lawrence was so much of a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. So much better than? In what realm was he watching? What games was he watching? Trevor Lawrence was throwing up yardage because the Jacksonville Jaguars had to come back in those games. And if I remember correctly, the Giants beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, what are you talking about, bro? You know, the hate that this young man is getting, why are you hating on him? Because he was the number 6 pick in the draft? That's not his fault. You know, I mean, if you want to be honest, let's talk about Justin Herbert, who said he didn't want to come out in the draft because he didn't want to risk getting picked by the Giants. So he stayed another year in college just so the Giants wouldn't pick him. And now you're playing for the Chargers. How's that working out for you, Justin? You getting paid, but other than that, how's that working out for you? I mean, the hate that this team is getting, you know, they're talking about the Jets. Really? Really? The Jets? I don't care that the Jets got Aaron Rodgers. I don't care that they got Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner and Breece Hall, and now they got Dalvin Cook. So what? They're the Jets, bro. The Jets. Do I need to say more? They're the Jets. And when they fall flat on their face, like they will, I want to see all of these people that are running around anointing the Jets as AFC champs and Super Bowl champs. I want to see them say, I want to see what they say then. The Giants are going to have a potent offense. When you say they're going to be able to run Darren Waller, Daniel Bellinger, Paris Campbell, and Darius Slayton, and Saquon in a single back set, what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? You know, when the Giants run their big personnel, their 12 package, that's going to be one of the best offenses in the game. Nobody can match that. You know, and nobody is looking at that. Nobody's thinking about that. And then you had Jeff Darlington, who came out and said, well, if Darren Waller stays healthy, if he stays healthy, like nobody goes into the season saying, well, if this guy is healthy, injuries are part of the game. We're going off of what the Giants look like right now. And looking like right now, they look like the second best team in the NFC East behind the Eagles from a talent perspective. You can't put the Dallas Cowboys ahead of them. Dak has been in the league, what, 8, 9, 10 years? And done what? But you still want to put the Dallas Cowboys ahead of the Giants? The Dallas Cowboys haven't done nothing. They don't do anything. Ever. It's been, what, 26 years, I believe, since they won a Super Bowl? 26 years. Yet still in all, you got the Giants, the model of consistency, have won a Super Bowl every 10 years for the last 40 years. Look it up. Look it up. The Dallas Cowboys haven't done that. The Philadelphia Eagles haven't done that. The San Francisco 49ers haven't done that. The Giants have been a model of consistency, bro. But because we had a couple of bad years, we done fell off the map, and now what the Giants do is irrelevant now. Really? Really? We're really going to do that? You know, and I had to do this podcast because I just had to come out and say something, because it's just nasty the way these people are coming out and just hating on the Giants, bro. Hating. Pat McAfee actually came out and gave the Giants props. And I was looking at Big Pat Sports, and he actually brought it to my attention. And shout out to him. Shout out to the Big Blue crew. Shout out to Pat McAfee. When you look at the Giants from a talent perspective, mind you, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Arguably, they have two of the best interior linemen in the league as a duo in Leo and Dexter Lawrence. So running up the middle ain't gonna work. Then if you bounce it outside, you got Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau setting the edge. Then you got Bobby O and Micah McFadden patrolling the middle. You got two young corners on the outside in Trey Hawkins and Deonte Banks, or Dory Jackson in the slot. You know, Dane Belton and Xavier McKinney at the safety spots. I mean, really? Really? If you want to kick the Giants, and Big Pat said it, so I'm not going to take credit for that. I'm not going to take his shine, but I do agree with what he said. If you want to knock the Giants on one thing, it would be the interior line. I don't think Evan Neal is going to be a problem like he was last year. I think he's going to have a really good season. Andrew Thomas he's a rock at the left tackle position. I think John Michael Schmitz is going to be solid in his rookie season at center. I think both guards are the question mark, left guard and right guard. That's the question mark. Ken Glowinski, Azuda, and oh my God, Bredesen. Can they solidify that offensive line from an interior standpoint? If they do that, what are you gonna do with the Giants? Pray for an injury? You know, I mean, you know, everybody is, and you got the real diehard Giant fans that are like, oh, Daniel Jones looked great against the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, but that was one series. So I'm not gonna jump off a building and say, woo, he's got to show he could do it for 17 games, 4 quarters a game. If he does that, you're talking about a top 10 quarterback. Easily, in my opinion. Easily. Saquon, what can you say? Arguably the most talented runner with the ball in the NFL. Now you add Darren Waller. Now you add Paris Campbell. Now, I didn't even mention Jalen Hyatt. Really? Come on, dude. Stop the hating, bro. Stop the hating. You know what I mean? Chad Johnson, who references himself by the name of Ocho Cinco, was a hell of a football player for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they asked Chad Johnson, they were like, oh, well, Jalen Hyatt is a fast guy, but he doesn't run great routes. Chad Johnson said, shut the hell up. He is a football player. He will learn how to run great routes. And if you put great routes with his speed, oh no, the league has better look out. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? If you're Dallas, you're not going to put Stephon Gilmore on him. I mean, Stephon Gilmore is still a good player. I mean, I'm not going to knock him, but he's not the player that he was. Are you going to put him on Jalen Hyatt? Okay, so now you put Trayvon Diggs on him. We all know Trayvon Diggs is a ball hawk, but Trayvon Diggs also takes chances and gives up big plays. Do you really want him on Jalen Hyatt? So now I think you say, okay, you play it safe and you put Trayvon Diggs on Waller. Who's going to cover Hyatt? Who's going to cover Sterling Shepard? Who's going to cover Paris Campbell? Who's going to cover Darius Slayton? Who's going to cover Isaiah Hodgins? What are you going to do, bro? What are you going to do? I'm looking at the Giants this season. 17 games. I'm looking at 11-6. I think 11-6 is respectable. I think that they're going to lose some tough games, but I think they're also going to win some tough games as well. Because they're a tough team. And they got the makings of a really solid football team. Wink Martindale, Mike Kafka, Brian Daboll heading the ship under Joe Shane. I mean, it's the sky's the limit for this team, in my opinion. And I'm not saying Super Bowl or bust and all of this other stuff. I think they're a couple of years away because they need a couple more pieces. I think they need, even with Darren Waller, I think they need a bona fide number one. And I think they need a solid interior lineman. Other than that, they're ready to go. So that's why I think they're about 2 years away. But that doesn't mean they can't make noise this season. And if you're going to say the Dallas Cowboys are going to make noise, you damn well as hell better say the Giants are going to make some noise. They're even saying the Washington Commanders are going to make noise. Really? Other than their front four? And their front four is monstrous. But other than their front four, what do they have? And I mean Scary Terry. Yeah, Terry McLaurin is a beast. Jahan Dotson is a beast. But I mean, Sam Howell's their quarterback. So you're gonna take growing pains with that, ups and downs. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where the hate is coming from. I don't know where the people are getting their facts from to support this hate, but it's not justified at all, bro. And people are really sleeping on Daniel Jones, and they're knocking Daniel Jones. It's not Daniel Jones's fault. He's making $40 million. Compared to the other quarterbacks in the league, he's not looking better than Deshaun Watson. I mean, really? We really going to have this conversation? I mean, who would you take above Daniel Jones right now? Patrick Mahomes. I mean, surefire, without question. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Well, let's just go NFC. Jalen Hurts. Maybe Jared Goff. Maybe. Do you take Brock Purdy ahead of Daniel Jones? I don't, because of Daniel Jones' throwing ability and his running ability. Brock Purdy isn't running like Daniel Jones. And Brock Purdy only gave you a sample size. I need to see that for a whole season. Now, if Brock Purdy goes 16-1, then yeah. Now, the AFC. Okay, you got Aaron Rodgers. You got Tua Tagovailoa. You got Josh Allen. You got Pat Mahomes. You got Lamar Jackson. If you want to throw Justin Herbert in there, okay. Oh, and I forgot maybe Geno. Maybe Geno. For the NFC. But okay, so Daniel Jones is maybe 12. But to say he's not a top 15 quarterback is insane. It's insane. These people need to get their facts straight. They need to keep their hate in check. And they need to really look out for the Giants, bro. Because we're going to make some noise. All right. I'm out. Till next week. Peace. Love. Stay safe. God bless.